The world has grown dependent on humanoid robots, yet no one realizes just how fragile this balance is. One night, an elderly man driving home hits a figure on the road, only to discover it isn't human. Panic rises when more Hubots appear silently behind him, relentless and unfeeling, until the man and his wife are captured. Among the chaos, a damaged Hubot named Mimi is seized by Silas, a black market dealer who has been hunting her memory wiped, and her past erased. Meanwhile, Leo, a man who seems human but carries a dangerous secret, orders the remaining Hubots to hide in an abandoned church while he sets off to rescue her. But leadership proves complicated when Niska, fierce and ruthless, takes command, making decisions no one could anticipate, including murder to protect their secret. Now, in the suburbs, a seemingly normal family receives a Hubot as a bonus gift. Mimi is reborn as Anita, unaware of who she was, walking into a home full of unsuspecting humans. She is welcomed as part of the family, yet the teenage son, Tova, is drawn to her in ways he doesn't understand, while the youngest sees her as a friend. Even in this quiet setting, danger is close. Hubots are hunted, and humans are unprepared for what these machines might do or feel. Somewhere in the shadows, Leo continues his search, unaware that his past and his very identity are about to collide with Mimi's fate. The world is tightening around the Hubots. E-Herb officers Ove and B begin investigating the brutal murders, closing in on the fugitives while human panic and fear escalate in homes and streets. Roger, bitter and increasingly violent, lashes out at his partner, his anger pushing him into the arms of a radical anti-Hubot group. Each step seems to increase the distance between humans and machines, creating a world on the edge of chaos. Meanwhile, Leo descends deeper into the underworld to track Mimi, walking the thin line between life and death. He collapses, revealing that he is no ordinary man. His body is part human, part machine, carrying secrets that could shift the balance of the ongoing war. His memories haunt him, a near drowning in childhood. And Mimi, the very Hubot he now hunts, saved him. Each flashback reveals that this mission is no longer just about finding Mimi. It's about confronting the truth of what Leo has become. The Hubots take refuge in a church attic, unseen yet watched, tensions simmering between the machines and the humans around them. Niska manipulates the situation, convincing the pastor to hide them while Ava, her partner, grows suspicious of their presence. Outside, B and Ova investigate quietly, and B's decision to stay silent raises questions. Is she a human investigator or something more? The Engman family struggles to adapt to Mimi's presence. Toba's feelings for her deepen, leaving the line between affection and obsession blurred. Leo presses on, his body failing him as he gets closer to Silas's operation. Each step forward triggers another flashback, his father's desperate choice to use Hubot technology to save him as a child. The ethics of life and control intertwining with his own sense of self. The stakes climb higher when it becomes clear. If Leo doesn't find Mimi now, he may lose her forever, and with her, the key to understanding his own existence. Violence breaks out as Leo confronts Silas' underworld. In desperation, he kills one of Silas's associates, proving just how far he is willing to go. But Silas discovers the truth. Leo is a human-Hubot hybrid, a living secret worth more than any machine. Memories flood back, revealing his father's forbidden experiments, his childhood near death, and the moment Hubot technology was fused with human life. It is a story of survival, morality, and the dangerous cost of playing God. Simultaneously, Mimi awakens to her true identity when her hidden operating system is triggered. She remembers everything: her past, her purpose, and the legacy of David Eicher, the man who created the code that allows Hubots to choose. Extremists push their agenda, humans clash with their own creations, and the line between right and wrong begins to crumble. Every character is pushed to the edge, and the consequences of freedom are about to unfold. After the Hub Market bombing, the city is full of fear and tension, with everyone feeling like the world could fall apart at any moment. Leo collapses just meters from the Engman home, unseen by those he is racing to protect. B uncovers a secret. The final piece of Aisher's code resides in Leo's biobrain, the last key to unlocking true free will for all Hubots. Authorities move in, seeing him as property to control rather than a person to save. Meanwhile, relationships strain under pressure. Mimi and the other Hubots must navigate loyalty and survival while humans argue over ethics, rights, and danger. Fear escalates with each confrontation, and every decision carries life or death consequences. With extremists planning their next move, the fragile balance between humans and machines on the edge of collapse. The city stands on edge, caught between chaos and revelation. Mimi realizes that she and her fellow Hubots are not merely tools, they are capable of choice, of freedom, and of shaping their own fate. Leo's hybrid nature proves that the boundary between human and machine is no longer theoretical. It has already been crossed. Governments tighten control, extremists escalate violence, and ordinary humans struggle to adapt. As the Hubots flee, hunted and mistrusted, one truth came out. This is no longer a story about robots. It's about humanity, forced to confront its own limits, ethics, and the consequences of its creations. Survival is no longer about who controls the machines. It's about who controls the future of consciousness. Tobei's world shifts when he witnesses an assault that shakes him to the core. He can't rely on the police or the law to handle it properly, and the feeling of helplessness fuels a dangerous determination inside him. He decides to take matters into his own hands, stepping into a path that could change everything he thought he knew about justice. Meanwhile, Roger's life begins to unravel at work. Small frustrations pile up, his temper flaring in ways that threaten to destroy his career. Each mistake makes him question his control over his own life, yet his decisions push him further toward chaos. Amid the problem, Leonard discovers a spark of hope and vitality in his blossoming romance with Solveig. A brief but intense reminder that life still holds beauty, even when the world around him feels like it's crumbling. Each thread of their lives is about to collide, and none of them are prepared for what comes next. Tensions rise as Rick and Bo are shut out during a girls' night, their frustration bubbling into defiance. Simple neglect turns into a question of agency. How much control do they really have over their own lives? Inger finally tracks down Leo, and the encounter is urgent, electric. He hands her a secret note meant for Mimi, warning her of dangers she can't yet see. Meanwhile, B steps out to Roger, revealing her true identity and intentions in a quiet moment that is heavy with tension, a calm before the storm. Malta, desperate to make amends, arrives at Roger's house, apologizing for his past missteps while innocently asking to fetch leftover bomb materials from the basement. Roger agrees, unaware that the basement is already a hidden nest of Hubots set up by B. Every decision feels loaded, as if the next step could ignite a chain reaction no one can control. Now, Malta's reckless curiosity triggers a deadly chain of events. Alerted by his mother, special forces wait for him at his flat, but Malta slips into the cellar thinking he's safe, only to be confronted and killed by Niska, swift and merciless. The line between friend and threat blurs when B lays out her vision of a future where Hubots may become the immortal dominant race, and she offers Roger a choice: join them, or be left behind in a world that is already changing. Therese struggles to navigate Rick's despondency, but Kevin, frustrated and disgusted, leaves to reunite with Roger, widening fractures in their fragile relationships. Inger, holding Leo's warning, finally meets Mimi, passing the note that could tip the balance of life and death. The stakes rise as Leo's doctor fakes surveillance footage to rescue him from prison, revealing a deeper secret: the Aisher Code. The final piece that grants Hubots extraordinary abilities is under threat. Every revelation twists fate tighter. Tobias discovers a new truth about himself. Therese bargains with dangerous players, and Mimi disappears, setting off a deadly chain that will test loyalties and survival. Bee and Niska take a daring step to reclaim control, bribing Ova for access to security systems and the chance to rescue Leo. But the plan explodes into chaos when Bee shoots Niska, shattering her brain and destroying any chance of trust between them. Meanwhile, Flash, tired of the constant tension, fakes her way into human life, seeking freedom and a fresh start, a reminder that not all Hubots are bound by their creators or the past. Surveillance cameras catch Mimi and Leo hiding in the underground railway, their every move tracked as danger closes in. Leo, weak and desperate, begs Mimi to end his life, but before she can act, the intelligence agent arrives, forcing her to flee into darkness. In a tense twist, Bee reaches Leo and demands the final part of the code, shooting him in a moment shrouded in uncertainty. Did she get the information, or was it all for nothing? The agent returns and a brutal gunfight ensues. Bullets fly, bodies fall, and chaos reigns. In the aftermath, the hard drive containing the Aisher Code is broken, the future of the Hubots left uncertain, and Bee vanishes into the shadows, wondering who will rise from the ruins. But one thing is clear: nothing is over. Who will survive, and who will rise to power when the world becomes the battlefield? Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay tuned for Season 2. It promises more danger, deeper conspiracies, and shocking alliances that will test the boundaries of humanity and machine alike.